Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Well, it is snowing again, but the preparations for the winter tour is about to really hit hard, because in about 2 weeks I'm going to go out on a tour with the dogs for 2 months. It's a little bit broken up, but generally 2 months going out. So for that you need a ton of food. So for me that is tent meals. It's a little bit different than the majority of what you might be used to, in that other brands have the prepared pouches where you just put water in and that's it, and then you just zip it up and wait for it. Those are a little bit different, but they are way better in terms of taste, in terms of natural products, and just the fucking taste, quite honestly. But it's also you have a huge amount of nuts in there, in each of them, nuts, seeds and whatnot, so for that alone it is really good for me. Besides the fact that they're vegan, except of like 1 or 2 they are vegetarian, but the majority are vegan. They come in 2 different versions, 500 and 800 kilocalories. And divided by breakfast and dinners, the breakfasts are about 6 different flavors, and the dinners are 4 flavors, of which I actually count one out. The Moroccan version, I'm not a fan of. It's raisins in there and whatnot. I'm not super fan of it, but all the other ones, like this one, the Italian-inspired one, delicious. I can wholeheartedly recommend them. It's a little bit like, if you would go to your grandmother's basement, and find all the dried vegetables and everything there, that's a little bit what it is. Like I just put it in a soup, and just mix it up and put spices in there and whatnot, It's a bit like that. Although my grandmother, honestly, there wasn't much flavor to it. Anyway, I always go for the 800 kilocalories because, in the wintertime you kind of have to. Cheese and butter, very essential for going out on winter expeditions or winter tours or what have you. So mix that with a little bit of butter and you're fucking gold. My personal favorite is definitely the subtle cinnamon breakfast. I love it. That's what I have here right now. I bought a few more so I can actually get into it prior. But in general, you put this in a flask, let it soak a little bit. You can cold soak it or hot soak it. It depends a little bit on preference. And obviously, when you go out in the summertime, cold soaking, I need to waste that much water, it's perfectly fine to do that. And for me in general, it's always like this. I don't eat breakfast in the morning, so I always prep this and go out and then eat it on the way. You can't leave them in too long. Bacteria start to build up quite a bit, and then they get sour relatively fast. In that, if you really put hot water over it 4 or 5 hours going in, you might already have a sour breakfast. For the dinner, it's not that big of a deal, but for the breakfast, it's definitely important. There's a lot of like coconut milk powder and those kind of things in there that make this relatively fast sour. Like I said, no milk. It's vegan, especially the breakfasts. They are extremely good. Berries, seeds, nuts in there. You get a really, really well balanced breakfast. And for the dinners, it's the same. You have vegetables in there, freeze-dried vegetables and all, nuts, seeds, and then couscous, rice, or what have you. So really good. I can definitely recommend it. Like I said, it's a little bit different in that you have to prep it a little bit different. But taking one flask like this, it's not really that big of a deal in terms of bulk and whatnot. I like the thermos. It's small, 500 Yeah, 500 milliliters. Fits the 800 kilocalories packages in there. It's a bit tight, especially for the dinners. They soak a little bit more, so you don't get. They tend to be a little bit dry, especially with the couscous version. So bear that in mind. For the 500, you're more than fine with it. Because you know, the more water is in there, the more water you can directly take in, which is really important when you go out in the winter. But wholeheartedly recommend it. There's not much else to say than go onto the website. You can actually make your own freeze-dried dinners and breakfasts as well, because they sell the freeze-dried you know, berries and rice and couscous and whatnot. I mean, couscous you can buy in every shop, you know, but all the other stuff you can find there, and you can mix and match as much as you want to. I am really looking forward to try the new version. It's Thai green curry. I'm gonna try that before I'm going out on a tour. Um, Gonna be good, I'm pretty sure. It's a small little business from the UK, you know, so obviously due to shipping problems now, they had to actually go out to distributors to distribute EU-wide, but if you're in the UK, it's super easy to do so. For me, since I have my own registered company, it's fairly easy, you know, to get it still sent to me, but it's a little bit more complicated, you know, the whole process. So bear that in mind. Check out with those guys in case you have any questions. They're super straightforward to answer any questions and whatnot, you know. So I love this stuff. By the way, I got a good discount. I don't get the shit for free. Um, but I'm lucky enough to get a discount because, you know, that's a lot of food. 60 days, by the way. So it's a lot. And I'm looking forward to the trip and you checking out the website. I mean, as you may have already seen, tent meals is always present in my description on every video, because they're kind enough to give me discounts, you know, and you know, have a chat and whatnot, you know, and yeah, I love this stuff. Check it out. For me, it's really that's the one to go for me always nowadays. Check it out. Have a good one.